So this video is from last Saturday in Sonoma, California. The Formula Car Challenge was a preliminary group. That's what I run in. We were running there with the Indy cars and the Porsche GT3 Cup cars, and I think we had a vintage Trans Am group as well. Vince is my main teammate. Daryl wasn't able to make it with us. We all depend on our wives, and this picture of mine, Carrie Ann, and Vince's Sue just had to be in this video. Thank you, ladies. Bob on the right and Frankie on the left here, and the other two not shown. We couldn't run at all without these guys working on our cars. These two pictures show some major work they had to do on Vince's car, taking the whole transaxle off the back and replacing the clutch pack.
First two rows all Pro Formula Mazdas. The field now coming to the stripe. We're about to see the green flag. Ladies and gentlemen,
a little difficult to point us out there. I had gearbox problems. You saw Vince's car all torn apart. So on this Saturday, the first race, I started in 21st position, and Vince started back in 27th. I think there's 29 or 30 cars total. And as you saw from those captions, I was being pretty careful here on the start. I think the fourth or fifth car is about to go by me. And so sounds like it's going to be a rough race, but I end up having a really good time, and I pass about 10 or 11 cars. I end up in 15th place. A couple of passes, of course, are a broken car like that one who ran into the back of somebody, or maybe a spin off track, but a whole lot of fun, and also one of the reasons this video is a little extra long. I think we'll switch back to an exterior shot to show us coming out of the carousel here. I'm not sure you could see it in the exterior view, but I had drifted all the way back until I was right in front of Vince, and Vince was even thinking about passing me there. But right about this point in the lap, everything's kind of settled down, and I put my head down and started running some pretty fast laps. Vince didn't, that didn't come out well, did it? Vince didn't get any practice at all on Friday, so he was a little bit slower here, but has a real nice race on Sunday. We'll show you some more of him then. And that was through the chicane. We are running the IndyCar laps. Guess I should make clear I'm driving number 41, the Gulf liveried car here, and Vince is in the red car, and coming out of that chicane you got a good glimpse of both of us there. This is first lap coming onto the front straight, and I don't think I pass him here just yet. I think I'll wait a little bit longer. Yeah. And the exterior videos, I like to use the native audio so you'll hear me disappear and come back accordingly. Second lap here again, and we're in the carousel. As you can see, he's getting held up a little bit, and I think we have some traffic there, so this is our second pass. I don't know if he was having problems or just moving over to let us by. Don't think I passed either one of these cars until maybe right here at the end of this lap, which going into turn 11. They're so busy racing each other, I think they slow each other up a little bit for me, maybe coming out of what I call the S's here and down into the chicane. Yeah, that looks like that's the case. I'm going to pass the yellow car here down the right side. My wife, Carrie Ann, shoots the video from the what I call the Spectator view a lot of times, and she does a great job. And that was a real good shot of me passing the yellow Star Mazda. Now I'm going to go to work on the black one here. He's pretty quick in this car, and it takes me a lap or so, I think, to get up to him. That last shot, spectator shot there, probably gives you a good idea of the distortion here. We have this fisheye lens on these in-car cameras, and a lot of times it looks like we're pretty far behind the car in front of us, when in actuality, you know, you're pretty close. I don't know if actuality is the right word, but anyway, we're closer than it looks a lot of times. There's a whole train of cars here in front of me. That's both good and bad. It means they're being held up. It makes it easier for me to catch up to them and try to pass them. But then, as you see here, coming down out of the carousel down here to turn 7, I believe it is, I probably have the speed to pass them, but I'm not going down in there, not in that mess. You know, where am I going to go? And I'm just going to get my front nose clipped off by somebody turning in on me. And then that kind of thing happens right there. That car got spun, got tapped by somebody. The yellow car just passes me back. And now I think I'll put a pass on this blue one here in this corner, because I didn't lose as much speed as him. A little bit of chaos there, but fun. And this is coming out of the chicane around turn 10 and into turn 11 here, I think. And it's kind of the same situation. I probably have the speed to pass, but I just don't see anywhere good to go. So I'm just kind of biding my time, and I'll wait for a nice clear open spot in the track to pass. A little more native audio here. Okay, so as you can see, the 4th lap, I'm behind the yellow car again. It's probably a good point to explain that I'm started so far back, and I am behind these slower cars I should be in front of. I'm going to get up to 15th place, and then later in the race, I'll probably talk about it again. I'll leave a bit of a gap after a missed pass, and I'll lay down a fast lap, and I actually end up qualifying 12th for tomorrow's race. And tomorrow's race is why I'm being a little more cautious here and taking time, you know, to pass these guys, because don't want to mess up my car or theirs and not get to run tomorrow. And still learning the track, to be honest, too. This looks like a mess, doesn't it? I don't think I'm going to pass anybody there. I'm just kind of blocking the inside to make sure nobody, if there is anybody behind me, is tempted to come up in here. I think I get a good run on the yellow car again, coming out of the S's down into the chicane here. I'll probably pass him here, and if not, it'll be into turn 11. I think we'll watch this part in native audio. Yes, I was wrong earlier. I didn't pass the yellow car into turn 11. I passed him on the front straight there going into turn 1 and 2. And thanks to him, I forgot the name of the driver, but he was quite fair there. We were both being careful there, so makes that enjoyable, or at least not miserable, or something like that. And so again, more cars in front of me, a couple Looks like a Star Mazda and maybe a World Speed car. I'm not sure what the exact specification of these two cars in. And I spend most of the fourth lap just catching up to them and getting in position to try and make a pass. Oh, right here, this World Speed car does what's called an over-under. He got passed on the inside there, but then he dove back on the inside as they're coming out of the corner and got back in front of him. It's a nice little move. But I think I make him pay for messing around here with this car here in a minute coming out of the chicane. We'll go back to native audio for this. As the caption indicated, the black car made just the smallest entry, little wide, going into that chicane, and that's all it takes for us to pass each other. Just the smallest mistake by a car in front or behind makes a huge difference in the speed at the end of a lap or at the end of a straightaway like this. Coming out of turn 3 and 4 here. I forget the name of this corner here, or the number exactly. I think it's turn 4. And coming around to the carousel, I'll probably pass this car going into turn 7 here out of the carousel. I think we'll watch this one in native audio as well. And this is an F4 or either a World Speed car. Yes, I know, Robin, if you watch this video. I didn't blip the throttle at all there, did I? On that pass. That was poor. Pass was good. Just don't know how to downshift, apparently. Anyway, I think we're lap 7, yeah. Chasing another one of the Star Mazda cars that had gotten past me or started. I think 2 started in front of me and 5 went by, so I was busy passing the Star Mazda cars today. Think yellow flag, yeah, and I didn't see it. Sorry about that. That's Stu in front of me. Nice guy. I didn't see that flag, and I'm not sure there's one here. It's really difficult to tell, and that's one reason that as I come here out of the carousel, I think Stu's letting up a little bit, and I pass him here going into turn 7. I was going to give it back to him because I did see the yellow flags here, but he wasn't worried about it, he said. Did speak to him afterwards, obviously. And now I jumped ahead about 3 or 4 laps to lap 11, and that's Teo, a guy I've raced before, and I think that's a World Speed car. I forget the exact specification. He's pretty quick in it. I think I'm going to pass him in the same pace I passed him about a month ago, going down into turn 11. And gets pretty close to that, but we'll see what happens. The reason you see all the cars in front of him is because of the yellow flag. We all stacked back up, and we just had our restart. So I'm going to switch back to native audio for the rest of this lap. So we've jumped ahead again here to the last half of lap 12, I believe it is. That chicane thing where that car had the problem, it's hard to call that a pass, but it's not much else to call it either other than an error by by the competitor. I think here coming out of the chicane and through turn 10 and 11, I'm going to try to make a pass on Teo, and think I have him, but he doesn't quite see me, and I end up backing out of it the last second. You can't really tell all of that probably from the video, but let's see what it looks like here under native audio. So I didn't quite make that pass. I know we're getting here towards the end of the race. Bob, my mechanic, smartly comes over the radio and says, "Robert, drop back a little and just go for a fast lap so you're in good position for Sunday race." And that's what I did. I put in my fastest lap so far of the weekend. Not smoking fast, but good enough to get me up to 12th. As you see, we just jumped ahead a couple laps. There was no real excitement to see. This is the full finish showing me in 15th place and my 1 minute 40.4 second lap. And this is my car, and I don't know why, I just like this picture, so you have to look at it. And then thanks to Bob, of course, for getting my shifter working right and talking me through the fast lap that put me in good position for tomorrow's Sunday. And thanks to Carrie Ann and Cody and Carl and everybody. Sunday race might not be quite as exciting, but the results are better.